I can only see that you dislike this letter very much. You must agree that I could refuse to answer such a question, but in order to show you that I have no fear of this letter, and do not regret having written it, and am by no means blushing at it, the prince blushed nearly twice as much as before. I'll recite the letter for you, because I believe I know it by heart. Having said this, the prince recited the letter almost word for word as it was written. Sheer gallimatias! What might this nonsense mean, in your opinion? Lizaveta Prokofyevna said sharply, listening to the letter with extraordinary attention. I don't quite know myself. I know that my feeling was sincere. I had moments of full life there and the greatest hopes. What hopes? It's hard to explain, but they were not the hopes you may be thinking of now. Well, they were hopes for the future and joy that there I might not be a stranger, a foreigner. I suddenly liked my native land very much. One sunny morning I took up a pen and wrote a letter to her. Why to her, I don't know. Sometimes one wants to have a friend nearby. I, too, evidently wanted to have a friend, the prince added after a pause. Are you in love, or what? And no. I wrote as to a sister, I signed it as a brother. On purpose. I understand. I find it very painful to answer these questions for you, Lizaveta Prokofyevna. I know it's painful, but it's none of my affair that you find it painful. Listen, tell me the truth as before God, are you lying to me or not? I'm not lying. It's true what you say, that you're not in love? Perfectly true, it seems. Ah, you and your it seems. Did that brat deliver it? I asked Nikolai Ardalionovich. The brat. The brat. Lizaveta Prokofyevna interrupted with passion. I don't know any Nikolai Ardalionovich. The brat. Nikolai Ardalionovich. The brat, I tell you. No, not the brat, but Nikolai Ardalionovich, the prince finally answered, firmly though rather quietly. Well, all right, my dear, all right. I shall add that to your account. For a moment she mastered her excitement and rested. And what is this poor night? I have no idea, I wasn't there, it must be some kind of joke. Nice to find out all of a sudden. Only is it possible that she could become interested in you? She herself called you a little freak and an idiot. You might have not told me that, the prince observed reproachfully, almost in a whisper. Don't be angry. She's a despotic, crazy, spoiled girl. If she falls in love, she'll certainly abuse the man out loud and scoff in his face. I was just the same. Only please don't be triumphant, dear boy. She's not yours. I won't believe it, and it will never be. I tell you so that you can take measures now. Listen, swear to me you're not married to that one. Lizaveta Prokofyevna, how can you, for pity's sake? The prince almost jumped up in amazement. But you almost married her? I almost did, the prince whispered and hung his head. So you're in love with her, is that it? You've come for her now? For that one? I haven't come to get married, replied the prince. Is there anything you hold sacred in this world? There is. Swear to me that you haven't come to marry that one. I swear by whatever you like. I believe you. Kiss me. At last I can breathe freely, but know this, Aglaya doesn't love you. Take measures, and she won't be your wife as long as I live. Do you hear? I hear,